Hey loves, this is your girl, the official Tiffany Rose, and thank you so much for joining me today. You are in for a special treat, all right? So I am gonna share with you about my experience when I went to Nigeria for the first time. So my best friend is Nigerian. She's first generation Nigerian, and when we met in college, she was sharing with, me and, our other girlfriends that, she was Nigerian, X, Y, and Z. And her going to college was just like her embracing her culture, right? As we know, as kids, we can be cruel, right? Especially to foreigners. And I just remember some of the cruel things that people would say back in the day about foreigners, and it's not right, right? But when she embraced her culture, and more as we grew up into our adulthood, she grew more and more into her culture and started embracing it more and more. And as she was embracing it, I started embracing her culture as well. And I got the opportunity to go to Nigeria in 2018. So she invited me over to go with her to Nigeria. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go. And so I got my ticket, and we end up going in November 2018. I believe that we end up going, now this is sketchy, I'm going off of memory, for about like a week and a half or like 10 days. And it was the best experience of my life. Now, mind you, at the time, I had only been out of the country I take that back. Not one other time. I had traveled a lot that year. So in 2018, I had went to Mexico. I had went to Grand Cayman, and also I had went to the Bahamas and Nigeria all in that 1 year. And then I think the first time that I went, me and her traveled together to Dominican Republic for my 30th birthday. But nevertheless, let's fast forward back to going to Nigeria. But this was my first African country. And I was just so excited about going. Now, there was a lot of things that I had to do to prepare for this trip, right? So yellow fever is a thing, right? You have to get the yellow fever shot. You have to get all different type of vaccines. Also, I had to get a visa as well. So a lot of countries were able to, with our American passport, were able to get into the country without having to have a visa. However, certain countries, because of tourism, because of safety, they want to make sure that people have an invite to come into the country. So at the time, her friend invited us over and kind of like showed us, the country, showed us Lagos, Nigeria. That's actually where I went. And it was like a really, really eye-opening experience. So the first thing is that we ended up, she ended up telling me like, oh, friend, so I'm gonna have to meet you at the airport in Nigeria. You have to go to the airport by yourself. And I was just like, oh, okay, friend. I'm a big girl, I can do it. So the really cool thing is that I got to Atlanta. So I was in Atlanta, and I was just like doing a video, doing a video of myself, like, yeah, I'm going, And then all of a sudden, I was just like seeing my best friend. I was like, ah! And so I'll make sure that I go ahead and show you the clip right now. So I'm so excited. I finally made it to Atlanta from Tampa, and so why did my best friend surprise me? Okay, so that's how that went down. So yes, she surprised me at the Atlanta airport, and we flew together. So it was just so exciting, like that she went with me, and she knows that, Nigerian airports, listen, Lagos airport, she did not want me to go through that struggle. I don't know why Lagos airport is set up the way that it is, but listen, the stressor the stress is on another level. So me and her, sat together. She made sure that she got her seat by mine. And she asked me, which was crazy, like around about where I was going to be sitting at. And I never picked up like that she was going to be in Atlanta, because she was like telling me that she was in Nigeria, and usually, when she visited Nigeria, she would never really like pick the phone, because like there's a time difference. It's like 6 hours between East Coast to Nigeria right now with the time change. So they're 6 hours ahead. And then like the signal is kind of shaky over there as well. So I thought that she was, in Nigeria, but it was a nice surprise. But when she asked me, before, like, oh, where about was I sitting on the plane? Like, she strategically got a seat like in front of me, It was so crazy. But then me and her were like talking so much on the plane. Then we asked the guy, like, can you switch on? We want to sit by each other. So like the guy swapped with her, which was so dope. So I got to travel from Atlanta directly over to Lagos. Now this flight is about 12 hours between Atlanta to Lagos nonstop. We actually decided to take Delta. Delta is the way to go, okay? Delta, I really like Delta because you get 2 50-pound bags. Most airlines you do, right? But you get your personal item. You get to bring a backpack and a carry-on. Now, when you go with some of these other airlines, they're very particular. I have taken some Middle Eastern airlines. I have taken like Emirates and Qatar, and they're very particular. They're like, you gotta have a small personal item. You can't have like a backpack in a carry-on. So I like Delta. Their food is really good. The entertainment is really good. But nevertheless, we're on the plane chatting and just catching up and, just being so excited about everything. Now, one thing I love about my best friend is that she gave me the 101 etiquettes about Nigeria before I decided to, before I traveled there. So she told me what to wear, what not to wear, like certain etiquettes to greet elders, just like little small things that you need to know. Like when you go over to Nigeria, you would want to bring some small things, right? For family members or friends. At that time we were staying with some friends. So that was a really nice thing that I was like, okay, well, let me go get some little small gifts so I can give them and show my appreciation. It's just like when we go out of the country, right? And we come back, we bring stuff back for our family, right? To show them that we appreciate. So it's the same sense when you go over there. So she just, kind of schooled me. She told me like, okay, friend, well, the power just can randomly go out. And then it's like just some other stuff, like don't wear big bags, wear crossbody bags, don't be too flashy. You don't want to draw attention to yourself because being African American woman, I blend in. Unless I'm wearing flashy items, right? Flashy clothes, flashy earrings, right? Then I'm standing out and I'm like a target. But then also when I open my mouth, they know that I'm not from there. So, she kind of prepped me before all that. And so then we landed in Nigeria. Now, mind you, my memory is a little shaky on some stuff because this is 2022 and this happened in 2018. However, we got off the plane, we end up, just going to the house, eating and, relaxing. And she knows her friend has a sensitive stomach. So she made sure that I brought like Pepto-Bismol with me. Like, I love food. I love spicy food. I like trying different foods, different cultural foods. But listen, just trying the different stuff really tore me up. So like I got to the point where I was like drinking Pepto-Bismol before I ate. But I can't remember exactly what we had that night. I think it was like chicken and rice or beef. Now, at that time, I didn't eat beef, right? I had took red meat, beef, and pork out of my diet years ago, back in 2013. And when I went to Nigeria, I explored those options because I didn't want to be disrespectful to the culture, right? They give you plenty of food to eat, plenty of food. So I just remember never being hungry there. So it's just really nice for the, her friend's family to welcome us in, into their home. And so I truly lived like a local while I was there. There was not once that we stayed at a hotel. So I got the true Naja experience, okay? So I enjoyed it. Traveled like a local, in Ubers. So they have Ubers, and then they have another one, I think it's Bolt. And then they have the KK, the Akata. The KK is like a little tricycle, if I'm not mistaken. And the Akata is the bike. Now, I might have got that swapped, but I think that I have that right. So I wanted to kind of like ride on all the transportations. I got on the blue bus. The blue bus is like an American public transportation with the air conditioning. Now, there is a red bus that I would never get on it, because it's like the blue bus that they have, but no doors. It's like sardines in there, like on another level. And I was like, I would never get on that. But then I think that those are all the transportations. I think that we might have got on like the little vans. I can't remember 100%, but the vans is like another local bus that they have. I wasn't sure if that was this trip or another trip that I had been on when I went to Nigeria. So nonetheless, like, we did a lot of different things when we were in Nigeria. I'll make sure that I put the videos on the end from when I was there, so that you guys can kind of like see my experience in Nigeria the first time that I went. But some of my favorite foods when I was in Nigeria is jollof rice. And jollof rice. Now, I haven't tried anybody else's country jollof rice, but I'm on the bandwagon. Jollof rice is the best rice. You can debate me, but yes, jollof rice is the best rice. But no, I love jollof rice. Also, I love suya. The suya seasoning is so good. Now, suya ram was like probably like one of my favorite street foods. So good. So good. And what else? I love the shopping. They have like a lot of ShopRites. ShopRites are like their malls that they have. So usually ShopRite is the grocery store, and then they have, think of it like a Walmart, because they have household goods, but then it's mainly grocery. So I like going to the ShopRite. There's another one called Game, which Game, you probably want to put it on a level of Big Lots, but better than Big Lots, because Big Lots has food, but then it's more like household items. But it's better than Big Lots. And let me not kid myself. It's better than Big Lots, okay? That was a really cool spot. They had like a lot of little shops in the inside, like movie theater, cinema. So we went to ShopRite a lot. And then a lot of highlights that I liked in Nigeria as well is they have American restaurants that we're familiar with. They have Domino's Pizza. Let me tell you, their suya pizza is so good. Every time I go to Nigeria, give me a suya chicken pizza. So good. Domino's on a different level is so good over there. Also, they have Cold Stone ice cream out there. They have KFC. The KFC is pretty good. I had like Mega Chicken. Mega Chicken is like a popular place out there. That one was really good as well. Well, what else did we do? We ended up going to Lakey Conservation. So Lakey Conservation is really, really dope. So basically it's the tallest, if I'm not mistaken, the tallest canopy in Africa or Nigeria. I have to get those facts. But I want to say it's like one of the tallest, and it's really cool because when you go out, they have these ropes, and so you cross over like this metal bridge. The bottom is metal, but then it's ropes, and it goes really high in the air. Now, anyone that knows me, I don't really like heights. It's really like a weird relationship that I have with heights because it's like, I just don't like looking down, right? So if I'm going up some stairs and I can see through them, I will freak out looking down. Planes I'm not afraid of. Roller coasters can be a hit or miss, depends on what day it is. But nevertheless, I did very well on this canopy. I think I just was taking in the views around me. It was just so amazing. But yeah, so the canopy was really nice. And then when you get off of the canopy, there's an option that you can go to like this field, which I actually just went back in 2020 to the Lakey Conservation. I got to see the field. It's really nice. But then when you leave out, there's like this little walk that you're going through. Kind of feels like you're in a jungle, but it's very swampy like. But then there's these monkeys that just like sit on the rail. So like you're on the little wood path, and then there's little monkeys, and you're like, oh, they're so cute. Listen, those monkeys will get you for your stuff. So make sure that if you ever go to Lakey Conservation, man, hold on to your items now. Okay, because they will take it. But literally, it was funny because one of the girls, she was behind us, and we heard her screaming because the monkey was taking her bag, and she was going like this with the monkey. And so, like, they're not afraid of women, but they're like more intimidated by men. And so, like, literally, when one of the guys came up, the monkey let go of the bag. Funny story, hilarious. So that was cool. Went to some of the nightlife out there. Nightlife is a lot different. Didn't go to the clubs, but went to like lounges, like with live music. I love like Naja music. Like this was like during the time that I went in 2018, like David O, some of his songs that he had out at the time, like Fire, that one. And some of those songs, I can't even remember like half the songs that was out during that time, but like Money Falling, Banana Follow You, that one. Those songs were out during that time. So it's like that music was like popping, especially like being in Nigeria the first time. You couldn't tell me nothing. So we went to the market. Now the market that's on Lagos Island, it's like one of the biggest markets that they actually have in Lagos. Went there just to go for the experience. Like that's the place to go to buy like your little small tricklets and stuff like that because it's cheap, but we got like our fabric. We went that day. I think we went pretty early in the game of being on the trip because we got a lot of items tailor made. Now, I ended up buying a lot of fabric. So I'll have to make sure at the ending of the video, make sure to show you the items that I had got made during that time. I believe I got this one made like on the second or third trip that I ended up going over there. But, got a lot of items tailor made. Just the people are just so friendly. They're so nice. Like I really love the Nigerian culture. Just seeing how people lived, like you've seen, different type of housing. So the nice thing is about this trip, I got to stay on the mainland in Akarodu. And then also I got to stay on the island as well. So the island is like the place to be, in my opinion, because it's close to a lot of the tourist attractions in Lagos. but I got to see both sides, right? I got to see both sides of everything. And it's cheaper, of course, to live on the mainland, but the island's just like a lot nicer, and you have more stable light, in the area that we were staying at. But, I had a really great experience. Trying to remember what else did we do. We went out to the beach. That was really cool. We did that quite a few nights and stuff like that. That's like the thing to do at night. Just go out to the beach, have some food and just kind of relax. Listen, yo girl, during that time when I was, single and I was on the market, listen, I felt like every day I had a new dude approaching me. And it was funny because my friend, her friend had friends for me, and the first guy, I was just like, okay, whatever. Second guy, I was just like, oh, okay, all right, and then it just like kept on getting better and better, right? And the funny thing is, I told my husband this story, and he laughed, but this one guy, he was pretty legit. He had it together, he was in the military, and he was just finishing up on his master's. He had it going on. He had a car. Listen, having a car in Nigeria is a big thing, right? So here in America it would be like, oh, he better have a car, but no, it's different over there, right? Because of the lifestyle, the income and stuff like that. But he had it going on, right? And then there was another guy that I had met as well, and he had it going on. He had his own business, car, he was doing very well. They were both doing very well for themselves. Long story short, I fell for one guy, right? And it's funny how the Holy Spirit just really works, and he just be like, ain't gonna work. And the other guy fell for me hard, but it's like I already fell for this guy. And neither guy ended up being who I ended up marrying anyways. God had another plan, but God wanted me to get interested in African men, Nigerian men specifically. So yeah, it was a really great experience. And I really enjoyed myself. Like I said, I enjoyed the food. I enjoyed the culture. I really embraced every single thing. Like I got my hair braided when I was over there. I wore a wig over there. And then I had got my hair braided, so I wouldn't have to do my hair the whole time. But it was a really, really great experience. I love Nigeria. And then later on that next year, I ended up getting married, literally 11 months later, to a Nigerian, to my lovely husband. So since that first time that I have been to Nigeria when I got married, then right when COVID started hitting, right before the borders closed, then I went in December, and then I'm going again. So that is 4 times that I've been to Nigeria in total. So yeah, I've been to Nigeria quite a bit. So yeah, like I said, I love it. I love the food. I love the culture. I love the people. Like I said, the things is just so much different there in Nigeria. Like the roads, I love Nigeria. No country is perfect, right? America's not perfect. We're not perfect. But, their country is not perfect. But I've seen, some of the things over there, with the roads, they're really bad roads. We say we got bad roads here in the States. No, imagine being in the country here in the States, and then those roads are bumpy, and it's you got potholes. You can tell that, they haven't been fixed in 20 years. Imagine that in that country. You do see some cleaner areas than others. So a lot of trash, in the road, some places. But the red clay is one thing that I loved about the country. I have some photos where I just took pictures on the road, and it was, red clay. But the kids are just so joyful, right? They may not have much, but they just enjoy their life. They just find somebody, they don't complain. That's one thing I loved about the kids. And then, I love, like, even when we went to church, I love the church that we went to. We visited two. We visited one on the mainland, and then we visited the same church but on the island. And I just remember the first church that we went to, it was like the day after we arrived. I think we might have arrived on like a Friday or a Saturday. I think we arrived on a Saturday for some reason, but we ended up going to church the next day. We were so tired. We were so jet lagged. Me and my friend was falling asleep in church. We had to ask God for forgiveness. But yeah, it was just a really great experience just to see how people there are sold out for God on a different level than what we are here. Like, there's people that are sold out for God, but there is like, God is like their number one, okay? Like, God is all they have in some situations. And, that admired me so much and made me want to just even get closer and closer to God. And just really, they inspired me to really pour out my all to him. And just having those experiences. And I know that one of the pastors, he gave me some prophecy, and I wrote down everything that he told me. And listen, baby, I ain't giving you guys my prophecy. It's written down, and I'm just so excited about the things that they have come to pass. But there's some of the other things that God still has in store for your sister. But nonetheless, like, just to see like how humble they are and how they will give you their last. Like, I love that. I absolutely love that. But yeah, we had a great time in Nigeria the first time I went. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing when I came back. I was like, I'm Naja. I know I'm Nigerian. You can't tell me nothing. My best friend mom already, calls me daughters. I'm like, yeah, mommy. Nevertheless, when I came back, I decided to do my ancestry test. And as promised, I am going to do an ancestry test review to actually show you guys my results and my experience, X, Y, and Z. So when I first took the test and I got the results, I got it during Christmas time because they had a special where it was like $50 for the test. I was like, I didn't want to pay $100 something, but I was like, I'll pay the $50. And I got my results back. And listen, I was so confident. I felt so connected to Nigeria that I was like, I know I'm Nigerian. And then it was like, womp womp. But of course, we know my ancestors came from Africa. So I was a border country, Benin. I call it Benin, but it's not Benin Republic, and Togo, and some other things as well. I'll make sure I do another video to talk about that. But the nice thing is that you got to make sure that you keep on looking at the updates on there, because they're always kind of like updating the DNA, and more people that take the test, it connects you and it deepens your ancestry. So I have some exciting news. So your girl is Nigerian, because what happened is that at that time, not a lot of my family members, not a lot of people have taken the test. But when my mom took the test, I got it for her, I want to say last year. It was probably like 2020 or 20. Yeah, I want to say it was like 2020 or 2021. I can't remember exactly when I got my mom the test, but I got her to test after I got married, because she kind of, wanted to know as well. And I got it for a Mother's Day gift, and they had a special going on. Her results came back, and it said she was a Nigerian. And I was like, how can you be Nigerian and I'm not Nigerian? I was like, but it says you my mama. So I go in, look at my results, because I hadn't looked in like a year or something by that time. And when I seen that your sister was Nigerian, I was like, you can't tell me nothing now. I was like, I just need to get my pidgin English up. I need to go ahead and get my Yoruba up. Okay. But yes, definitely. I did do a video. Make sure that you check it out, on my channel. It's, the road to, the journey of no return. So It is in Badagry. It's the slave trade. So there's a part 1 and part 2. Make sure that you watch that. I did get emotional towards the end because like I said, I did know at that time that I was Nigerian, and I'm like, man, my ancestors left from this port. Like, my bloodline left from this port. They didn't know where they were going. They didn't have absolutely no idea, but it landed me here in America. And it's a beautiful thing when you really think about it, that our ancestors fought. Our ancestors lived for us to still be here. You know, it was very, very emotional for me experience going to Badagry. I feel like it was very eye-opening. When I went to Badagry, I had already knew a lot of the truth, right? Of that that I had been taught when I went to a HBC university, the truth about slavery, the truth about our ancestors. And so I was already hipped and new. So it was just very great to get the confirmation and hear the truth about everything there. But that was a really great experience when I went to Badagry back in 2020. But like I said, 2018 was a blast. Thank you, bestie, for letting me go with you to Nigeria. I hope we get to go to the motherland again together. But you guys, thank you so much for joining me on this video. Just go ahead and watch these clips from my trip, but make sure that you like and subscribe, and make sure to share as well. Bye.
So after a long 10-hour flight and an hour delay, I finally made it to Lakey, Nigeria. Headed out now. I must say, me and Bestie, we were living our best life, okay? We were having so much fun at the lounge, just eating and drinking. But yes, we had a blast. So while in Nigeria, I decided to get some items tailor-made. It is a must. Look at these items. They are so beautiful. And check out my Ancestry.com results.